Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your emergency meeting live reaction of Nottingham Forest FC versus Liverpool FC in the Premier League at the City Ground. Now, I wasn't going to do a stream tonight, so literally, this is an emergency stream because I literally thinking, do you know what? I'm not going live tonight, but we got to talk about this game because what a game of football it was. And I had a quick talk about the other games as well, what took place tonight, because, quite a lot of crazy games tonight, man. I'm not going to lie, but the one I watched was this one where you see it in the thumbnail. In my personal opinion, I honestly believe that so far we are watching the best two teams in the Premier League. I mean, that was absolutely unbelievable. But I will big up my community in a minute. Michael's not happy. He's very angry. I've had enough. Big up to you, Daylight 14 as always, mate. Nah, I can imagine he's not happy. I'll check it out a bit later. Mate, he's still live. I'll watch a bit later on. But yeah, that game, wow. Oh my goodness me. Excuse me. I have to say, the start of the game, Forest were on the back foot. Liverpool had about three or four chances while they put just over the bar. Well, miles over the bar already. Never really got them on target. But on the counter attack, just like that, rapidly, so fast. And Chris Woods put Nottingham Forest in the lead. I mean, absolutely unbelievable that by Chris Woods. Forest literally had a bit of a difficult start to the game, but a terrible mistake by Mohamed Salah, a bit sloppy in possession, and Forest go on the counter attack and go 1-0 up in the first half. Then they could have doubled their lead a couple times. Sagata, I think you could say, Forest deserved to win the game in the first half. And I say Liverpool deserved to win the game in the second half because Liverpool had so many chances in the second half. I mean, Mohamed Salah had his shot cleared off the line. Absolutely unbelievable defending by Nottingham Forest. They were absolutely superb in defence in this game. They really were. I mean, Diego Jota comes on, and then Simicas from the corner whips it into the box, and Jota, literally with his first touch of the game, since immediately coming on, gets Liverpool the equaliser. Absolutely unbelievable. Antti Elanga, who used to play for Manchester United, he had another good game for Nottingham Forest. Now, when he was at Manchester United, I thought he was not quite the right one because if you're new to our YouTube channel, I am a Manchester United fan. And if you like Manchester United's content, make sure you are subscribing to my main channel. The link to my main channel is in the title and it's also in the video description. Also, I put my F1 channel as well in the video description. But as a neutral, I thoroughly enjoyed that game. Look, was I a bit gutted Nottingham Forest didn't hang on and get all 3 points? Yes, I was, because if they got all 3 points, that would have kept them in play with Liverpool. But you feel Liverpool getting that point, it still puts them in a very, very strong position. And I honestly believe they are title favourites. Because, all right, Liverpool didn't win the game, but Chelsea dropped points tonight, and so do Manchester City as well. So overall, it's been a good night for Liverpool. And for Forest, I think, honestly, that literally pretty much cements their position in the top four because, they are playing so well. I mean, Nuno Certo Santo is doing an unbelievable job. Of course, like if Liverpool drop a few points and Forest keep winning their games, then they have every chance to repeat what Leicester City did in the 2015-2016 season, where Leicester City shocked everybody and won the Premier League. I mean, I couldn't believe it that season. That was absolutely unbelievable. Whoever saw that coming? Leicester City winning the Premier League, which I think for the Premier League, if Nottingham Forest can somehow find a way of pipping Liverpool to the title, I think that'd be absolutely amazing. But I have to admit, yeah, Liverpool for me are still title favourites. You know, Mohamed Salah, all right, he didn't have the best of games tonight, but he kept on trying. That's what makes him an elite player, in my opinion. Mohamed Salah, he did absolutely superb at times. Like even when not having a very good game, he just put a shot near the crossbar, but the goalkeeper saved it. He had one cleared off the line. This is what elite players do. They don't skip up. They keep on persevering and trying to find a breakthrough at the end of the day. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I thought his long range passing tonight was absolutely fantastic. You know, the way he was finding passes left, right, and centre. The disappointing player for me for Liverpool was Sodasai. I mean, Army Slot, I feel, should have took him off sooner. And, you know, Luis Diaz, I don't think he had the best game either. But Diego Jota, what a super sub that is by Army Slots. I mean, unbelievable. Liverpool caught Forest off guard with a quick corner or whatever they did, and it worked because Diego Jota put in the net. And, you know, Forest, despite drawing the game and were happy with the point, at times they're still attacking. So they're definitely trying to get the winner, and so were Liverpool. So this is what made it a really, really, really good game of football, in my opinion. I thought the Forest goalkeeper, though, was absolutely superb. What a performance by the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper. Honestly, I mean, unbelievable, unbelievable. But, you know, it's like with Liverpool, I've seen the football they played this season, and they played absolutely amazing football. I mean, their performances the last few matches have not been the best, but obviously they still picked up a point against Manchester United, still picked up a point against Nottingham Forest, so they're still doing things right, and they're still in a very, very comfortable position. And you have to give Army Slots huge credit. Coming in, taking over from Jurgen Klopp was always going to be a massive challenge, but look what he's doing. Absolutely amazing. But Liverpool's defending the last couple of games, you have to question it because what has happened to their defence? They were hardly conceding any goals. Now they are starting to concede more goals. I mean, what on earth is this all about, man? Seriously. Army Slots needs to address that because, you know, Forest aren't going away. Like I said, these two literally are the best two in the league, and tonight showed it because Forest, once they got in front, they were better in the first half. Then, when Liverpool got that equaliser, they were better in the second half. So, on the balance of play, I think it's safe to say a draw is probably a fair result. But you may think differently, excuse me, but you know, I still feel Liverpool are in pole position. I mean, if they do lose it now, I will be shell shocked, honestly. But, you know, with other teams keep dropping points, you know, Chelsea, Man City, you know, it's looking very, very good to Liverpool. But I can see why Liverpool fans are being very, very cautious because I think they will be a bit concerned with their team's performances the last couple of games, you know, because they weren't great against us, Manchester United, which this is literally the worst Manchester United team I've seen in my life. But the last two games, my football club have actually showed a bit of fight. So hopefully that's a sign of my football club recovering. But I'm not getting giddy about it, okay? Because as a Manchester United fan, I've just been left disappointed this past decade or so. So I'm not taking anything for granted. But if you want to see Manchester United videos, make sure you're subscribing to our main channel where I do previews to every game, I do match reactions to every game, and I do loads of live streams as well on Manchester United. So that's over on my main channel. The link is in the title and it's also in the description as well. But let's get to the chat to see any more comments. Oh no, just down like 14. Liverpool are a serious club. But they are, mate. You know, they set the standards high because they want to win. Chelsea are not a serious club anymore. By an average sporting director. I see Arsenal dropping points as well, Taro. Oh yeah, they're not on a great run of form, are they? And Gabriel Jesus is now out for the season as well. I mean, it's not looking good for Arsenal, though, is it? But Royal fans are not going to care because they love seeing Arsenal in the mud. And as a Manchester United fan, you know, how they did not beat us when we're down to 10 men, absolutely laughable. But as a Manchester United fan, I couldn't care less because my team are through to the next round of the FA Cup. So, yeah, but Arsenal absolutely are so wasteful in that game. At times in the first half, Liverpool, with the chances they're having, at times they were wild shots. I mean, they're being very, very wasteful, but second half, they were definitely getting more shots on target. So Army Slots must have gave them a dressing down because that was nowhere near good enough by Liverpool in the first half. But second half, they showed a lot more fights, which I think Army Slots would have made it very clear that he would have been seething with the players in the first half when Forest went ahead because Liverpool just looks lost for ideas. And this is why already I see Army Slots as an elite manager because he doesn't take any messing around. I mean, they're still in the FA Cup, but they could still make the League Cup final, top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League. So this could still be a very, 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 very special season for Liverpool. And if they do the quadruple, they will eclipse what we done and what Manchester City done because us and Manchester City did not do the quadruple. So, yeah, if they get the quadruple, wow, unbelievable. I mean, if Army Slot does that in his first season, then you have to add respect to his name. You really do. Now, as a Manchester United fan, does it pain me that Liverpool doing better than Manchester United? Oh, 100%. It is horrible at times watching Liverpool doing better than Manchester United, but fair play, yeah? Fully deserved, you know. Liverpool right now are levels above Manchester United, you know. My football club have got a lot of catching up to do. They really have. So, but credit where it's due, yeah, for Liverpool. See, Liverpool are arch rivals. So as a Manchester United fan, I still say fair play and give them credit for the football they're playing this season. You know, the first half of the season was unbelievable, but it's going to be interesting now to see in the second half of the season. Will they be able to maintain the same levels, or will they just be a bit more cautious and just go for like 1-0 wins, 2-0 wins to make sure they get all 3 points? Because no doubt about it, energy levels is going to be a test in the second half of the season. And will they be able to keep their squad fit as well? They're doing a great job at the moment, keeping their squads fit. But, you know, Forest are doing absolutely amazing this season. I mean, who would ever thought that they'll be in this position where last season they're literally battling relegation and this season they are like literally second place in the Premier League. I think they've gone a point above Arsenal now because them two were level on goal difference. But I think as the Forest aiming for top four, I think they will be happy with a point, but at the same time, they'll be bitterly disappointed not to get all 3 points. Because if they got all 3 points, it may gain them a shot still, of, like competing for the Premier League title. Of course, they may still do, because if Liverpool drop off and Forest keep winning their games, then they're right in play, aren't they? So yeah, a lot of twists and turns to come, I feel. But, what a great game. As a neutral, I thoroughly enjoyed that game to watch. It was great. Honestly, I loved every second. Okay, my stepdad is a Liverpool fan, and oh my goodness he was shouting at the TV like anything because when Luis Diaz went to do a pass to one of their Liverpool players, he completely mistimed his pass. I mean, oh my goodness what on earth was Diaz thinking then? But Luis Diaz, what a player he is, honestly. He is having a blinder in the season. Darwin Núñez now, there is a lot of speculation about him, whether he's going to stay or go or leave Liverpool. But, Darwin Núñez, he puts in the work rate, but to me, he's just not really a clinical finisher. Well, for Manchester United, we don't have too many clinical finishers, do we? But, the last couple of games, he still found a way of scoring goals, which, is a positive. But you see that Liverpool team, there are full of goal scorers in there. Salah, Jota, Diaz. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. And I thought Liverpool may struggle to get top four this season, but first half of the season they blew everyone away. Now they would just want to get over the line and win the Premier League title. Of course, it means if they win the Premier League title, they are level with Manchester United. And Manchester United, despite Liverpool having the upper hand over us this past decade or so, has somehow still been able to be ahead on domestic league titles. Absolutely unbelievable. But obviously, the key factor is Man City is the reason why we still hold the most league titles because, they pipped Liverpool by a point. I mean, who ever thought that season, Man City finished on 98, Liverpool 97, and Liverpool still missed out on the Premier League title. That season where Man City beat them 1-0 at the Etihad, where Kyle Walker or John Stones did that clearance off the line. And yeah, it caused a lot of controversy, but wow, that game was so important because that's what won Man City the Premier League title by 1 point that season. I mean, the standards by both teams that season was incredible. Liverpool missing out the title by 1 point. One of their greatest seasons ever, 97 points that still miss out because Man City finished on 98. I mean, that was crazy. Absolutely insane, honestly. But I think Liverpool, the current situation at the moment, I think they will be very, very happy that with other teams dropping points, they're still in a very, very strong position. So you have to give them credit. You just have to hold your hands up and say, fair play. Yeah. But why are you giving Liverpool credit? They're Manchester United arch rivals. Because I am an honest football fan, okay? Even if rivals are doing well, I still give them a little bit of credit. Because, you don't have to show bitterness as a football fan. You can still give rivals credit. But you're not a true fan then, Mr. Joshy J. You give rival fans credit or rival teams credit? Oh, get in the bin, yeah, seriously. When it comes to football fan, I see myself as a fair football fan. And what I've watched from Liverpool this season has been nothing short but incredible, honestly. Absolutely amazing. Right, let's have a look at the comments. But just be happy you're unbeaten in 2 games. But what's the emergency? Well, this is an emergency stream, really, Hayden Cox, mate, because, it's like I didn't plan on going live tonight, but as it was such a good game of football, I thought we got to talk about the game of football because it was incredible. As a neutral, I really enjoyed it. What would you do? Liverpool level record the title next this season. Well, they win again next season. They go ahead down like 14, which, as a Manchester United fan, oh my goodness, Liverpool's go ahead of us again would be like literally, that will be a dagger, man, honestly. But, you know, it's like I do expect, Man City to make a comeback next season. I really do. I mean, I know they're not having the best of seasons this season, but I think next season they'll definitely be back in business. So, yeah. But, you know, Liverpool, even when they're not playing good football, they're always finding a way of getting the points and that. So, yeah, absolutely unbelievable. You just have to hold your hands up and say, fair play to Liverpool Army slot, yeah. They are doing absolutely incredible in the end today. I mean, let's get the narrative right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get it right. I mean, Steven Gerrard, obviously Liverpool could have won a title that season, but Steven Gerrard slipped. I mean, that was absolutely unbelievable. Whoever thought he would slip? Unreal. But there you go. It is what it is at the end of the day. But, it's crazy, man. But, yeah, big up to every single one of you who's lying and locks in this evening. Much appreciated. If you're new to our YouTube channel, why not consider hitting the subscribe button as I upload plenty of football content on this YouTube channel. Talk about loads of different football teams. And please subscribe as well to my main channel if you want to see Manchester United videos and me talk about loads of different other things apart from football. Like, I sometimes talk about, like, say, on the odd occasion, non-football topics. So, yeah, I talk about loads of different stuff on my main channel as well as football. But on this channel, we just talk about football because it's a football channel and a non-Manchester United channel at the end of the day. But Forest, Chris Woods is having a great season for Forest. He really is. And Nuno Espirito Santo is doing an amazing job. Honestly, you have to give him credit at the end of the day because whoever thought 12 months later, like Nottingham Forest would find themselves in this position, like battling relegation most of the time last season, which is incredible, man. But fair play to Nottingham Forest. And I hope some way they can keep up with Liverpool and maybe win a domestic title at the end of the day, Nottingham Forest. But I still feel as a football fan, Liverpool are favourites. So, yeah, that's the way I see it, really. But as a my football club, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the game on Thursday is a huge 6-pointer. Honestly, Manchester United have to win at least 3-0, in my personal opinion. If they draw or lose, you're not going to want to see how angry I get in my emergency meeting, honestly, because that would soon will be coming out if we draw or lose that game, because that would just not be sustainable. Because so far, unfortunately, for the Saints, Southampton, they've only won one game in the Premier League this season. So just imagine they go to our backyards and actually get all 3 points. I mean, how humiliating would that be as a Manchester United fan? That should be like, oh man, that made me so angry and seething, honestly. But I've seen what my football club are like half the time this season. They're so inconsistent. But in all seriousness, do I think Liverpool will get over the line and win the Premier League? They may have a few rocky matches, but I honestly think they will get over the line and win the Premier League title. I really do. Now, as a Manchester United fan, of course, I hope at the end of the day, yeah, that this second half of the season they do start to drop off and Nottingham Forest carry on winning their games. And then Forest could literally then have a great chance of doing the Leicester. Oh, excuse me. Apologies if you heard that in the background. But, fair play to Forest, yeah. They are doing absolutely outstanding. The coaching staff, Nuno Cirto Santo, like Tottenham, it didn't work out for Nuno Cirto Santo at Tottenham. He did well with Wolves, and look what he's doing at Forest now. And also, you have to give the Nottingham Forest chairman credit. You really do, because he is the reason why this team are now in this position. Also, think when they came up from the EFL Championship, they had so many players on loan. This Nottingham Forest chairman literally had to buy his own set of players, which for a while they're struggling, but look at them now. They are absolutely flying. So, yeah, which is unreal, unbelievable, unbelievable. But Liverpool remain top of the Premier League, and a very, very, very important point for them as well, I have to say. Now, obviously, Chelsea drew 2-2 with AFC Bournemouth tonight. Cole Palmer gave them a lead, then Bournemouth equalised, and then Bournemouth had a penalty, went 2-1 up, and then near the end of the game, Reece James made it 2-2 to Chelsea, which, safe to say, Chelsea, they got out of jail with that one. They should have lost that game, to be honest. So, fair play, great finish. He really was. But, yeah, Manchester City also drawing 2-2 to Brentford. Any Manchester City fans hoping their side are now back in business need a reality check this season, because to me, Man City are just not the same football club this season. They're really not, they are struggling like anything, to be honest, at times. Defensively, they look a shambles. They're not the same team as what they were before. So, yeah, this is why they're rebuilding now, because they knew they got it wrong in the summer. But as the night's planned out, I think out of the two managers, I think Army Slots will be more satisfied because Liverpool still got a valuable point, which that is a step closer to the Premier League title for them. Because if they lost this game, Forest would have had a great chance at tracking them down. But the fact that Liverpool got a point at a very tough place to go just goes to show that they are in complete control of this Premier League title race. And they by far been the best team to watch this season. And Forest as well, These two have set the bar high this season, which I am so excited about. But anyway, let's see who's line. Of course, I can't redirect on this channel because, I don't have the numbers yet. But Michael.ChelseaFC is currently live, so I will literally share that link and I will put his link in the live chat. Currently talking about Chelsea right now, where he is not happy at all, Michael.ChelseaFC. And who can blame him, honestly? Because, his football club recently have been a joke. And so, yeah, make sure you go and subscribe to Michael.ChelseaFC. He's a great guy. Just click on that link and it will take you straight over to his channel. Yeah. Thought I'll do a half an hour stream, talk about the game. Many all thanks for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow for Ruben Amorim press conference reaction. on my main channel. That'll be the stream for tomorrow on my main channel. Thanks for watching. Good night. Yeah, I'm just wrapping up now, Daniel. I'm just heading over to Michael's channel. Goodbye.